Hello and welcome to Action Theater Presents. Uh, Action Theater Presents Cobra from 1986, starring Sylvester Stallone, Bridget Nielsen. She was in Rocky Four. She thinks she was actually married to Sylvester Stallone for a moment. Uh, would you like to read the synopsis for our film today? Deleted. Deleted, you are muted. Hello to Connie Clary, strong supporter of both Deleted Scenes channel and yours truly. Thank you for becoming a new member or renewing up on your channel membership. Muchly appreciated, Connie Clary.
Thank you, Connie. Bird Woman of YouTube. Alrighty. As you see, the movie today is Cobra from 1986, starring Sylvester Stallone, Brigitte Nielsen, Brian Thompson, Lee Garlington, Andrew Robinson, Art LaFleur, John Hertzfeld, David Rashi, and some other actors were going to be Rennie Santoni. Some other actors we're going to be pointing out throughout the film. This is the theatrical edit that we're watching. It runs 87 minutes. It cuts to the chase. And we're actually going to be talking about that once we get to the trivia section during the after the film. I do want to remind everybody, of course, that due to YouTube's copyright guidelines here in the United States, we cannot air the film live. If you are watching the original broadcast, you can join us on Cosme. You can also follow along with your own personal copy if you have one. There is a 4K out there at present that I understand has both versions, both the theatrical edit and the longer version. I'm positive this is out there somewhere on streaming. I wouldn't be surprised. Probably Paramount. Now, this was a Warner Brothers movie, so maybe HBO Max.
Okay, where your YouTube, it says waiting for Stevie on, but we're already live.
Oh, well,
It's so confusing. I don't know.
hold on.
Let me try
Well,
to.
let me see what is happening here. Okay. Okay. Apparently, I am not live on my channel. So let's see what's happening here, folks.
The chat's going. That's
Chat
weird.
is going, but I am apparently not. Let's see. All right. Apparently, I go live separately. Looks like this stream was deleted on YouTube. Try creating a new stream. Hold on.
Weird.
Okay. Give me a moment.
And hello to Andrea Black. Nice to see you. I just posted the screening room. As we would love to show you these guys, these films on YouTube, we're not allowed to by the YouTube guidelines plus copyright law. So we have to have a secondary site for you guys to see it. Just remember, if you're stopping here by here and trying to see the film, we cannot provide the film after the fact of this live presentation of the film and our on live commentary of it. So you will have, if you're here trying to view the film, you'll have to find your own copy because we cannot break the rules of YouTube and we can't afford to be sued by the studios who own the rights to the film. So you will have to find your own copy on, I think it might be on HBO Max and available to rent. And it's probably also on free to watch on Tubi and Pluto TV.
Okay, I am still waiting for deleted scenes. All
That's
right,
weird.
all
That's
right.
weird.
Here's what I'm going to do, guys. I am going to delete the stream on my end. All right, so everybody just go over to Bill's channel and watch it from there, please. All right. Even though on StreamYard it's telling me I'm live, but
uh,
YouTube is not saying that I'm live. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
that is really odd. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. It was probably when you did away with the phone mode is probably what happened. I'm guessing. It says you're not live, but you could say things in the chat. That's what's weird. That's what's weird. We could talk in your chat on YouTube, but we can't. It's not live. It like it's not showing on the YouTube side of it. I've never seen that before. That is really odd. Let me know when you're ready. Delete it, and we will head over to the screening room, and I will push play on the film. I'm gonna get Shell shared up, synced up. If everybody is over in screening room, please let me know. Or should I start the film deleted?
Start the film.
Okay.
Okay, because I don't understand what's happening here right now. All right, everybody, if you are watching this broadcast on, well, they wouldn't be able to hear me if they're watching. All right.
The Order of the Hatchets. You might have recognized this villain. He was in the first couple moments of the first Terminator film. Let's just say the Terminator wanted to see if the guy had a heart. He did. Ah, what a jerk. He parks in handicap and he's on a motorcycle. Hey. Hello, Igma Service. Welcome.
All right. I believe I am back. I hope that everyone can hear me. I am sorry, everyone who was on my channel. Um, I don't know what to do, guys. Um, it is not allowing me to go live for whatever reason, and I don't want to screw up Bill's side of the stream in order to make any changes. So, all right, welcome.
Yeah.
um, oh, wait, it's working now. Okay, finally. Alrighty. All right. For anybody who is was on my channel, um, we're in the we just started Cobra. We're about we're a few minutes in. There was a kind of a hiccup on my end, but if everybody can see me okay, please let me know. This is the hostage situation inside of the supermarket. We're about to get Stallone's introduction into the film as Marion Cobretti This was a character that was, believe it or not, originated in the original version of Beverly Hills Cop. In the original script for Beverly Hills Cop, the character is named Axel Cobretti, and it still had was a bit more of a mix of action comedy, but with Stallone, he wanted to make it more like this and kind of leave a lot of the comedy stuff out. But that, of course, changed.
As an action star, Stallone always had his own little slice of humor put into each of his action films.
Hmm.
Is his own little signature of branded humor.
And the actor playing the who's referred to simply in the credits as the supermarket killer, is an actor named Marco Rodriguez, and he may look familiar to you. This is a guy who's been in a ton of stuff, a lot of TV movies. He's going to be one of those guys that when he passes, you're going to find out he has, like, 400 credits or something like that. And Star Trek TNG fans might remember him from that series, as well as a Starfleet captain that Riker was in the academy with. And even though Cobra does not know it yet, he's essentially just taken out the first bad guy. He thinks at first you think this guy's just like this random Psycho, but he actually is in league with the Night Slasher, as we've just heard the first reference to.
Moving, Pala. Is the Lion's car a Hudsucker? What type of car is that? Do you know deleted?
I should know. I know it's a 50.
Boy, a lot of branding free advertisement for Pepsi. Yeah, you don't want to get your gun cleaning tools stolen, so put it in the egg carton. And there's a commercial for Toys R Us with a bunch of Jeffries in the commercial. Back when Toys R Us was a staple of modern day America.
Yeah. And the fact that this movie, and of course, this movie is taking place around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. On top of everything else that's going on in this movie. Yeah, Sly really stacks the deck against these guys kind of pretty quickly. You hate them right away. you want to you're rooting for him from the beginning.
I'm not sure, but that might be his gun pistol.
Mm-hmm.
I think might be a Colt 45 ACP.
Mm,
I'm not sure, but that's what it looks like to
I think
me.
so. Yeah.
if anybody knows, please feel free to enlighten me. Tell me if I'm wrong or right.
Or sorry. First look at the Night Slasher himself was played by Brian Thompson, other character actor. And another guy who's been on Star Trek. There are a lot of people in this movie who were in a Star Trek series at some point or another. Andrew Robinson, of course, who, of course, was the villain in the original Dirty Harry. And, of course, was Garrick on Deep Space Nine. Was in Hellraiser. And, of course, Rennie Santoni, who was also in Dirty Harry. He was Harry's partner.
All right.
Hmm?
I was trying to use find out. Okay, the pistol that he uses is
Mm-hmm.
a Colt Gold Cup National 1911 pistol.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she was it actually was it was in the film that was played on Monday night. The she was a pink
No.
lady. No, no, that's not her.
No. But here's the thing, though. I thought it was her when I
Yeah.
first saw this movie back in the day.
Okay.
Is no, the actress in Grease is Stockard Channing.
Okay.
This is Lee Garlington, and I used to mistake the two of them all of the time back in the
They
80s.
do look similar.
They kind of do, yeah. And and of course to reveal that they have somebody inside the cops.
Hello to Lady Miss. Welcome.
Yes, hello. Yes, hello. Yeah, hello, Lady Mist, and everyone who's over on my channel. Apologies once again for that hiccup in the first few minutes of the show. I appear to be up and running now, so if there are any like audio or video issues, please let me know, and I'll try to fix them on my end. We are about what's the what probably what about 15, 20 minutes into the movie? 22.
22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're too violent. Hmm? What sugar you're eating?
Fish has mercury in it.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta take that chance, don't you? I, who work in a seafood restaurant, can neither confirm nor deny. Yeah, yeah, I know. You gotta be on the lookout for that shit. You know. And this song is "Angel of the City" by Robert Tepper, who's also on the Rocky Four soundtrack. He does the No Way Out song. This is one of those '80s movies that had those kind of badass soundtracks to them as
Hey,
well. You know.
and the cameraman Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer, David
Yeah.
Rashi, yeah. Which was kind of a parody of films like this,
Yep.
actually. So, yeah. He still shows up in films from time to time. The last time I remember seeing him was United 93.
I think Bridget Nelson was only in three major top tier films: Cobra, Beverly Hills Cop 2,
Mm-hmm.
and of course Rocky 4. I don't remember her very
She's
much
in
in anything else.
she's in Rocky Four. She was in Red Sonja.
Oh yeah, Red Sonja. I forgot Red
Uh,
Sonja.
she's actually in Creed 2, believe it or not. Um,
What is it called?
she's in Creed 2. The
Creed. I don't.
Yeah, yeah. Remember the spin-off Rocky films?
Oh, okay.
In Creed 2, they bring back Ivan Drago.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
I
bring
saw that, but I don't remember her being in it.
she's in it. Believe it or not. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't I don't and she and Stallone do not like
Share screen
interact
time.
at all during they don't share any screen time,
Yeah.
but and they probably did shoot them on different days, I would think. But yeah, it's interesting where they go with her character and kind of where her character and Dolph Lundgren's where their relationship went after he lost to Rocky. She basically like completely fucking ditches him. It's like interesting film. I actually like Creed 2 quite a bit.
So, for any of you wanting to know where the screen room is, if you still want to
Oh yeah.
watch along, where there's the screening room, you can click on that link and
Hmm.
come watch along with us.
Should be pinned at the top of both chats. He's, he's basically the smarmy photographer who's hitting on her all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a fashion model. I don't need anything. And that's it. That's all he gets in this.
He was only trying to bring a champagne bottle home to his wife or his mistress.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a tear in your pantyhose. There is a tear in your pantyhose.
Never sleep again. Sorry. We now return to crossing over with John Edward already in progress. But you look like that sledgehammer guy. Oh, wait. Wants to kill you.
This guy definitely has a face for radio, man.
I actually know like a number of people have like met this guy at conventions because he's been in a lot of like science fiction and genre type films. They say he's like a super nice guy in real life.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I was saying he had screen time with Arnold and the first Terminator.
Yeah, yeah, he's in the first Terminator, yeah.
Not in it for very long, but
No, he's
he was in
not.
it.
And the funny thing about that scene, he gets taken out, Bill Paxton dies, and it's like
Mhm.
the random guy you never see in anything else again
Yeah,
survives.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like amazing.
When she did Red Sonja, I could have sworn that was the third Conan film. I thought that Arnold was playing Conan
Well, he was.
again.
Um, what happened was they didn't have the rights to Conan, so they had to change his name. But he is effectively playing Conan. I think they call him like Caladan or something like that in the film.
Yeah, that will have to be one we hit up on the Action Theater, the Conan series.
Oh, for sure. This guy.
Yeah, in the second Fright Night film, he was the guy who ate bugs.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He was in that, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yep. I love how he called out every bug by its Latin name.
Honestly, I've only seen Fright Night 2 one time,
Oh,
and I think that was like during a watch party. I don't
it's
remember whose.
it is very obscure right now. It's like very hard to come by. It's on no streaming services. It's extremely hard to find on DVD if there is.
Mhm.
You know.
And the remake with Colin Farrell, I never saw that, so I can't speak to it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
No.
sure Colin Farrell was good. He usually is.
Yeah. I'm specifically talking about the '80s
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
version.
Of course, yeah.
One done in '84, I think, and the other one done in like '88.
Hmm. Gonna wait till the midnight hour. Oh wait.
Don't you tell me what to
I
do,
don't know
lady.
how this woman survives. I have no idea because you know he wants to.
Yeah. Just with that one look, yeah. Like,
Yeah. Every well, everybody's fair game to him.
yep.
So, which was the title of the book this movie was based on, even though it has jack squat to do with the book, from what I understand.
Yeah, this individual is a guy who's never been loved by anybody.
No,
He's just a complete psychopath.
it wasn't any of this. Oh, he's misunderstood. Bullshit like you see in movies now. It's
Yeah.
he's just a screwed up guy who likes to kill people because he in his mind, he's the apex predator. He's better than everybody. You
Yeah.
know, pure and simple. You know. Was that little film noir lighting there? I like it. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This film, it wastes no time.
No, not at all.
It has an hour runtime of 1 hour 27 minutes. It goes super fast. It's basically goes through it in a blink of an eye.
Hmm.
That's why this is one of the better action films of the '80s.
You know, you have a clear hero, you have a clear villain. They're set up well, and waste no time. And the director of this film was George Cosmatos, who of course went on to direct Rambo 2
I
and
think
also Tombstone.
I think that nurse was in the mini TV miniseries V. I'm not sure. It looks like my.
Hmm.
She looks vaguely familiar.
She does, yeah. I don't recall what else she was in now.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Let him up. I think he is wearing rubber gloves, so he doesn't get any fingerprints left behind.
Yeah, he does make a. Brian Thompson does make a good villain. But occasionally he throws a heroic character in there. Like Miracle Mile and Moon 44 and stuff like that. I think when he was on Star Trek, he played a Klingon, didn't he? I think he did.
It's Babe Ruth. Oh, he played Babe Ruth once in the
Yeah.
Sandlot.
Yeah.
He played Babe Ruth in the Sandlot, and it's that guy from Hellraiser.
Yes, it is.
Don't say please.
He didn't say please. Yeah, but it's just a little one.
That's that sly humor coming out.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was all sly. There, it wasn't even part of the script.
This Tulsa King prequel is weird. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't take her. This can only end in tears. And where is your team exactly?
Yep. You're right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
40th anniversary.
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus. Okay. I feel
Yeah,
old.
I know.
Oh man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we brought up Beverly Hills Cop
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah. No, you're putting holes in the car. Nobody
I
said you could
really,
put holes in the car.
I really liked Beverly Hills Cop too. That was one of my favorite
Oh yeah,
ones.
it's a good film.
Uh, yeah, Beverly Hills Cop was great and fun, but they really outdid themselves when they came to Beverly Hills Cop too.
Here we go. Yes, back in the days where if you put a bullet in a car, it instantly blows up. which they make fun of in Last Action Hero. Damn it, Cobretti, you were in a car chase. How the hell did you hit a boat?
Oh, he messed up his car.
Yeah. And the shaggin' wagon dies.
She's actually taller than he is.
Yeah.
I think Stallone comes in at about 5'11", and she's like 6'2".
Yeah, she's pretty tall.
Yeah,
As they explain in Beverly Hills Cop 2.
yeah.
How long does it take to shave them legs, anyway?
6 feet, 6 feet tall women come on like trees in Beverly Hills.
Yeah. This alternate universe Dirty Harry movie is weird. the fellow with the sniper rifle, who's kind of basically henchman number one, is John Hertzfeld, and he actually went on to become a director. He directed 2 Days in the Valley with James Spader, Don King Only in America, which I think he got Emmy nominated for, with Ving Rhames. It was an HBO film. And he did 15 Minutes with Robert De Niro and Edward Burns.
Oh, there's a giant iguana on the Coca Cola machine. He's setting her up.
Troublemaker over here.
Yeah. A Philly in L.A. That bobblehead's from Philly.
Well, yeah, you gave him all the lines.
Hail to Daniel Berry Sports Highlight saying, "Sup, guys? Sup to you, Daniel Berry. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by, saying hello. Smash that thumbs up on both of our channels. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe if you're not already. It's completely free to you. I promise. Don't cost a thing. The Order of the Hatchets. And they're an empty swimming pool. Look at Bridget.
I love that.
Bridget trying to be American, smothering her fries in ketchup. She probably wishing she had mayonnaise. She's one of them weird people who like mayonnaise on their fries. I think France do that or somewhere. They like to
Something
drown
like
their
that, yeah.
yeah.
You know what the quarter pounder in France? Louise.
Welcome to the stream, JPRPH1.
Hey, JP. And of course, hello, Gambit, if I didn't say so earlier. I'm kind of. I lost the chat there for a bit, so I'm kind of playing catch up right now. Well, you have two choices: the crazy woman or the really crazy woman.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hail FK8C 2005,
Hey Tim,
also sometimes known as Tim.
we're going into the third act of Cobra.
Yep. 5942.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you traitor. Just what every growing man needs. The grenades and high caliber bullets. Yeah, that's a healthy appetite.
Is this the party at Katie and Stud's watch party? We'd probably get thrown off the air for that one. Uh, Thank you, Tim, for the 199. Appreciate it. And of course, the classic gearing up scene. I don't sleep, I'm European.
Don't trust her. She's a huge lady. I remember her on on she had a show, a reality TV show. It was she was trying to she's trying to get with Flavor Flav, a public enemy.
Yeah, that was weird. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I don't like her manly curly hands. She kind of got manly curly hands.
In the longer version, there are more scenes of the cult kind of going from house to house and randomly killing people. Here we go.
The order of the double hatchets has arrived.
Assault on Cabin 13. Oh, Cabin 13. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work, lady. That's like the second guy he shoots to a skylight. Toodles. highway of death. I like to think this is how Mitchell 2 would have turned out. That didn't hurt. Yeah, that too. Napalm grenades enabled. Close. Grenade! Latrine! I agree, Tim. Quick, Tripper! Damn it. I'd have tossed her ass down the stairs. Screw it. You know. The toaster is downstairs. The toaster is downstairs. You have the right to remain silent. Chill out, Frosty. Here we go. Oh. Go to hell with me. Yeah, a few. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. No. Mystery. Not. So where the law stops and I start. Sucker.
Look out for
Oh, hey, thanks.
that! You took that one out for me. Yeah, that was one crazy ass bitch.
Yeah.
Crazy Karen. You should never bring knives to a gunfight. Oh.
He's working on it, Gambit.
Oh yeah, you just know he's going into that spiel.
Ah, how's the world domination thing working out for you, pal? Yeah. I don't want to start any rumors or anything, but I think you got them.
Yeah.
I don't want to spread any falsehoods or anything, but yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's the dance finals.
This is the part of Cinema Sins where they go, "Yay, Tony's alive!" Or is that Cinema Wins? One of those guys. You know what I mean? What'd you fucking ask me about it for then? Oh, what? Like the bus thing? You're the one to talk.
Yeah. Uh, you just know he's yeah. Here comes the punchline.
Wham!
Yeah, no hard feelings.
Yeah. He's lucky he got him. Kurgan put him off a cliff. By the way, that's called a callback, folks.
They call me Roy.
And of course, the closing credits song, which is Voice of America's Sons, John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, who, of course, did the music for Eddie and the Cruisers. And that is Cobra,
Yeah.
the theatrical edit. All 87 glorious 80 minutes of it. Okay, let me get back over the iPad
Consult
Pro
the scrolls.
Yes, as soon as I can get the scrolls to boot up.
Okay. So yeah, we were saying in next week we will be doing Apocalypto from 2005, 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of dialogue in English. All big and
None, in
no,
fact.
yeah,
Yeah.
none. It's all subtitled though, but
Yeah.
the action is stellar. I mean,
Yes, it is. There's not really a whole lot of dialogue, period, in that film.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
quite a bit of action.
but there's a lot of drama and action in it, and
Oh, for
that's what I
sure.
love about it. I
All
love the
right.
point of view in that film.
For sure. All right. Cobra was released May 23rd, 1986. Estimated budget of 25 million, going on to gross 49 million worldwide. And believe it or not, got nominated for 6 Razzies. That's because they don't like Stallone. Never have. The nominees were Worst New Star for Brian Thompson. Fuck off, he's a good actor, go away. Stallone for Worst Actor, Brigitte Nielsen for Worst Actress. Stallone for Worst Screenplay, Brian Thompson again for Worst Supporting Actor, fuck off.
Yeah,
And nominated for Worst Picture. That shit's just because they don't like Stallone, guys. That's it. He won't play their game. All right, moving on to filming locations. 2701 Manhattan Beach Boulevard, Redondo Beach, California, for the exterior parking lot of the grocery store. East Shoreline Drive, Long Beach, for the car chase sequence. Santa Clarita, Henry Mayo Hospital for the hospital scenes. Dell Avenue, Venice Beach for the car chase over the bridge. Port of Los Angeles for the end of the car chase. Santa Clarita, the climactic battle at the abandoned bottle plant. The Rock Store, 30354 Mulholland Highway. Exteriors of the restaurant. And the Waldorf Apartments, 5 Westminster Avenue, Venice Beach, Los Angeles, California, for Cobra's apartment. Okay. On to the trivia. The custom. This actually answers your question, Bill. One of your questions. The custom 1950 Mercury, driven by
oh,
Cobretti
okay.
into film, was actually owned by Sylvester Stallone. The studio produced stunt doubles of the car for use in some of the action sequences, such as the jump from the second floor of the parking garage.
Hmm.
The movie was based on a novel, Fair Game, by Paula Gosling. In 1995, William Baldwin, fucker, because he blocked me on Twitter, the bastard.
Yeah.
William Baldwin and Cindy Crawford made Fair Game, which was based on the same novel. Just like Cobra, Fair Game was re-edited by Warner Brothers in post-production, but in Fair Game's case, it was due to the test audiences disliking the original cut. Stallone was signed to play the titular lead in Beverly Hills Cop. He decided to rewrite the script almost completely, removing nearly all of the comedic aspects and turning it into an action-packed blockbuster extravaganza that he felt was better suited to him. The studio read his revised script and rejected it. The proposed action scenes would have increased the movie's total budget far beyond what they planned. Stallone later channeled his ideas for into an original script. When Stallone left Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy was brought in to play the lead role. Brigitte Nielsen would play the villainess in Beverly Hills Cop 2. The submachine gun used by Cobretti in the final showdown with the biker gang is a Jotti-Matic. The Jotti-Matic first appeared in the early 1980s, but it was never adopted by any country for use. It reappeared in Finland in the mid-1990s as the GG-95 personal defense weapon made by the Golden Gun Company. The gun is chambered in a 9 by 19 parabellum, has a cyclic rate of 600 rounds per minute, and has various accessories that were offered, such as a silencer, various capacity magazines, and a laser pointing device. Much of David Rashi's role was cut from the final version. In the behind the scenes documentary, an additional scene featuring him is shown being filmed. Total body count 52, 41 of which are killed by Cobra. Wait, who's the real villain here? Anyway, hey, everybody's the hero of their own story. Okay. In the diner scene where Cobretti brings over the fake hamburger stack to Ingrid, there is an oval frame on the wall that says King Cobra, a brand of beer. The bobblehead doll that Cobra is playing with outside the diner is wearing the uniform of the Philadelphia Phillies, which Bill pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
Cobretti uses a custom Colt Gold Cup National Match 1911 in 9mm using... You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You worried there for a second. All right. 9mm using Glazer safety slugs a frangible bullet. This is shown he unloads his pistol in his apartment to clean it. The Colt Gold Cup National Match 1911 is usually chambered in 45 caliber ACP. As
Mm-hmm.
again, you pointed out during the
Yep.
movie, 9mm versions are made especially for the film. The film was considered a box office disappointment at the time, especially compared to Rambo 2 and Rocky 4. However, it grossed over $12 million on its opening weekend, the largest opening in the history of Warner Brothers and the Cannon Group at the time. It also earned over $160 million worldwide against a budget of $25 million, along with marketing costs. That opening weekend was the second biggest for any film in 1986, trailing only Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. It also got lumped together with Poltergeist 2: The Other Side, which opened wide May 23rd, 1986.
Yeah.
There were plans to do a sequel, which never materialized. Uh, the
Sad.
Paul, yeah, the Polly Gosling novel Fair Game, on which Cobra is based, is also called A Running Duck. When the movie came out, Stallone allegedly wanted the novel reissued with himself credited as the author. Miss Gosling declined the offer, of course. Andrew Robinson and Rennie Santoni also appeared in Dirty Harry. In both films, Santoni plays a police officer named Gonzalez. While in the earlier film, Robinson played the main antagonist. Most 1980s action heroes were called John. For example, John Rambo, John Matrix, John McClane. The hero of this film is named Marion after John Wayne, whose birth name was Marion Robert Morrison, the epitome of the cinematic tough guy who often played characters named John. John Bernard books, John Chisholm of Stallone worked Wayne's grandnephew, Tommy. This says alleged grandnephew, but I think he actually legit was family to him. Grandnephew Tommy Morrison in Rocky 5. The original rough cut was over 2 hours long. Due to concerns that it might not be a hit, the final cut was 87 minutes, thereby increasing the number of screenings per day. Some of the more violent scenes were also cut to avoid an X rating. A great deal of plot detail was either removed or sped up, while most of the violence and nearly every death was edited or depicted off screen, resulting in numerous continuity errors. Yeah, there was a lot of really gnarly stuff they filmed that did not make it into this film. Trust me, yeah. This was almost a horror film in a lot of ways. A very rare work print of the movie was circulated among fans, although most copies are of poor quality. It has 30 to 40 minutes of footage not available in any other version, and has all of the quote unquote X rated material removed from the final release. The knife used by the Night Slasher character was made for the film by knife designer Herman Schneider. Stallone had asked Schneider to create a knife that audiences would never forget. The knife was so sharp that Brian Thompson would often cut himself by accident. Many of these moments were caught on. One of these moments was caught on film, which he tested the blade in his hand while saying, "She's mine." Some of the cuts made to avoid an X rating. The first murder victim having her hand severed, an extended autopsy scene, including lingering shots of naked and mutilated bodies, a longer death for Ingrid's photographer Dan, including a shot of him slipping in his own blood while trying to escape. More homicides of the townspeople during the climax, including a person getting struck in the face with an axe. And I've seen that bit. It looks like something out of Friday the 13th. It really does. In the original rough cut, the car chase scene between Cobra and Night Slasher was longer and ended differently. While in the theatrical version, Night Slasher shoots at Cobra's car and causes him to crash into the boat. The original version, Night Slasher and his driver crash into the boat first. Cobra fails to stop his car and crashes into them. The shot of Night Slasher's car and him sighing in relief was repurposed from an earlier part of the chase, and the shot of Cobra seeing the boat before he crashes into it was actually taken from Night Slasher's car crash. However, if you watch the theatrical version of the scene closely, you can still see Night Slasher's car crashed right when Cobra's car crashes into the boat. Which I've never noticed. I'll have to go back and look. After Top Gun became a massive box office hit, Stallone, Warner Brothers, and the Cannon Group were afraid that Cobra wouldn't be successful, so they cut it down heavily in order to have more theatrical showings per day. A similar thing happened with Another 48 Hours, which was heavily re-edited to compete with Total Recall, but as with Cobra, it created many plot holes. Originally, the motorcycle chase scene in the end was to be filmed in Seattle during a night on a ferry between the islands. Even though everything was prepared to start filming the scene at night, Stallone ordered the ending to be changed and happened during the day because of the mosquito problem at that time, which would have made nighttime filming difficult to endure. The official soundtrack release includes a track called Skyline, which is not heard anywhere in the movie. This is because scenes in which this track was used were cut from the movie during re-editing. Originally, there was a scene in which Cobretti is sitting in his home looking at a sunset. There's a similar scene at the beginning of the theatrical version, which he's cleaning up his gun and then looks at the streets outside of his house. And soon, right after the Night Slasher and his gang members killed the second victim, and cops showed up at the scene, Cobretti gets the call from his police chief, or somebody else, to go and meet with them, and it is in the scene where the Skyline track is heard. Skyline was also originally used in some other scenes, including the ending, but for some reason it was removed and replaced with the song Voice of America, Sons by John Cafferty. Much of Night Slasher's attack on Ingrid in the hospital scene was cut for pacing and content. The deaths of the janitor and the nurse were originally shown on screen, and Night Slasher was also meant to kill the police officer guarding Ingrid. Two later scenes, Cobretti and Gonzalez taking Ingrid out of the hospital, and Cobretti talking with Monty, originally included mentions of the officer's death, but these were cut to avoid continuity errors, but as a result, the editing in both scenes is choppy. The first cut of the movie featured a different, less dialogue-heavy version of the Night Slasher and Cobretti's final confrontation. Cobretti originally appeared after Night Slasher screams, "We are the future," and reprises his "You're the disease and I'm the cure" line from the opening supermarket scene. Cobra's attempts to shoot Night Stalker, but is jumped by Stalk, only to be accidentally shot by the Night Slasher. This would have led to the hand-to-hand fight scene seen in the final version. Director Nicholas Winding Refn is a huge fan of Cobra. In Refn's cult movie Drive, a movie we need to do someday soon, Bill.
Yep.
The main character has a toothpick in his mouth in some scenes. This is Refn's homage to the opening scene of Cobra, where Cobretti has a matchstick in his mouth. The Stan Bush song "The Touch" from the Transformers movie was originally written for this film.
Mm-hmm.
At one point during filming, Stallone complained to cinematographer Wick Waite that they were falling behind and said that he and his crew needed to work harder. Waite responded by saying that if, and I quote, gets his hands off Brigitte Nielsen's ass and stops showing off to his bodyguard, maybe they would not have problems with time. Stallone was shocked that somebody would talk to him that way, but he toned down his ego for a few weeks. In an interview, Waite also said that Stallone had a great sense of humor despite his huge ego. He also confirmed a rumor that Stallone was the true director of the film, calling credited George P. Cosmatos a good producer but a bad director. Brian Thompson auditioned 7 times for his role before he was hired. On his 4th audition, he met Sylvester Stallone, and both he and the director thought that Thompson was too nice to play the role of Night Slasher. But after a screen test, he immediately got the job. Thompson repeatedly asked Stallone about his character, like how Stallone would want Thompson to play him, the character's background, his reasons for doing what he was doing. But Stallone wasn't interested in explaining the character, and he basically told him that he's evil because he's evil. In an unfortunate surprise for Thompson, when filming of the movie was finished, director George P. Cosmatos told Thompson, "You could have been good if you'd listened to me." Okay. Never have 2 people try to direct a film at the same time, guys. It never works. You don't share command. It's never a good idea. Catchphrase copyright John Travolta, Broken Arrow, 1996. Moving on. In the first draft of the script, the Night Slasher himself was named Baddon, Baddon, an attempted reference to the actual religious and mythological name of Abaddon. None of the supporting cast or crew were allowed to talk to Stallone during filming. The first draft of Stallone's script had a lot of differences from the later drafts in the film. These include the opening shootout taking place in a movie theater instead of a grocery store, and a lot more people getting killed. COBRA mentioning how some psychopath he was trying to catch killed his girlfriend. An additional big action sequence taking place during night on a boat where Cobra and Ingrid are hiding when they get attacked by Night Slasher's cult members, and Cobra and Gonzalez manage to kill them all. And a different ending in which it's revealed that Monty was the actual leader of the cult. In that script, they were called the New Order. When he tries to kill Ingrid, he gets shot and killed by Cobra. So he was going to be the villain again. Damn. Okay. All right. Stallone was a fan of John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band and approached him about doing a song for the film. The song, Voice of America's Sons, was written for the film, and John Cafferty contributed to the Rocky IV soundtrack as well. Okay. Santiago Segura has claimed that this movie was the inspiration for his well-known character Jose Luis Torrente, the main star of Torrente, the Dumb Arm of the Law, and sequels in which he conceived as a parody of 80s action movies. In fact, the title is a spoof of Stallone's movie. Since then, in Spain, Cobra was titled as Cobra, the Strong Arm of the Law. And anybody who does not know who Santiago Segura is, he was in Blade 2, and he's also in Hellboy. He's in a lot of Del Toro's films. The guy who gets killed at the end of Blade 2, that's him. You didn't think I forgot about you, did you? Thunk. No more vampire.
Yeah.
This movie is filled with over-the-top 80s product placement. One, Pepsi machine and Coors display can in the first shootout. 2, giant Pepsi sign beside Stallone's apartment, which was very oddly not used to kill the villain. Amazing.
Yeah,
Remember in the days when Pepsi signs didn't kill the villain? Hey,
yeah.
okay. Um,
There's also
three.
Coca Cola, and
Yeah.
they also have Coors in there. Coors.
Yep. Toys R Us commercial, which Cobra watches on television. Pepsi sign lit up at night outside Cobra's apartment, background for the fight scene. Coors California sign in the store window. 6. Coca Cola machine outside the store with a character drinking a can of Coke. 7. Bar scene with Miller High Life sign in the background. All right. Al Leong was initially cast as one of the lead villains. However, his role was eliminated following protests by an advocacy group that objected to the casting of an Asian villain, despite the fact that they didn't seem to mind him being in Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Black Rain, or anything else. They were upset about this movie.
Hmm.
The one Asian guy in your that got cast in the whole movie, and the Asian advocacy group didn't want him in the film. Come
Yeah.
on, guys. In an interview, Stallone described the character of Marion Cobretti as Bruce Springsteen with a badge. Stallone said he got the idea for the LAPD zombie squad a real life zombie squad in Belgium, comprised of cops who go out at night and handle crazed criminals on their own terms. Kind of like the idea of that. That could be a movie all by itself. Hey,
Yep.
no, that sounds like that could be a good movie. Hey, all right. In 2017, Stallone used his Instagram page to post a picture of Cobretti standing next to the 1950 Mercury with the caption, "Comeback or throwback?" Thousands of fans used this as the opportunity to lobby Stallone for a sequel or a director's cut Blu ray of the film. And of course, the movie has since come out on 4K. Brigitte Nielsen wore a wig for her role as Ingrid. However, her trademark short blonde hair does make an appearance during Ingrid's modeling shoot, ironically representing a wig her character is wearing to look futuristic. The Canon logo does not appear anywhere during the film's opening or closing credits or on any publicity materials. The film even ends like a traditional Canon film, with the film's title frozen in the middle of the screen after the credits have stopped rolling, but does not have the usual Canon logo underneath it. Golan and Globus receive only an on-screen production credit for this movie, reportedly because it was a primarily Warner Brothers production that gave them a producer credit in return for voiding a prior agreement the Canon Group had with Stallone. The opening credits font is identical to the one that had been used for the Rambo logo the previous year and would forevermore be associated with that series. The chase music from the score by Sylvester LeVay would go on to become a popular choice of stock music trailers for Blood Sparked for Death. During the car chase scene, the car the night slasher is in and the truck following Cobra are both driving erratically. Cobra's driving is smooth and measured for most of the chase. This was filmed to reflect the chaotic nature of the night slasher and his followers and emphasize that Cobra was always cool and in control. This film was a co-production between Cannon Films Group and Warner Brothers. Cannon Films were known in the 1980s for producing relatively low-budget action films starring the likes of Chuck Norris and Charles Bronson. The producers Menahem Golan and Yoram Globus, had managed to talk Stallone into doing a two-picture deal, the other film being 1987's Over the Top. But they lacked the finances to hire a star as expensive as Stallone, and so entered into an agreement with Warner Brothers to co-fund and distribute the movies. So, in effect, Cannon Films would produce the films in a package sold to Warner Brothers. Both films were only moderately successful, though, and didn't make the huge profits that were expected. Cannon Films had ultimately overreached themselves by moving out of the small budget films that made their name by ambitiously trying to make far more lavish productions, not just with Stallone, but also with films like Superman 4: The Quest for Peace and Masters of the Universe, both in 1987, that they seriously struggled to fund production of, even though they were part of a financed distribution package with Warner Brothers. By the late 1980s, Cannon Films had backed out of a big budget A-list production due to financial difficulties caused by the string of high-profile films that flopped or underperformed. They continued on making low-budget films with the likes of Chuck Norris, Michael Dudikoff, and some of the earlier Jean-Claude Van Damme films, but ultimately went bankrupt in the early 1990s. Brian Thompson had to buy his own ticket to see the film himself personally because he was not invited to the film's premiere by the producers and Warner Brothers, which still mystifies him to this day. During a break in filming, Thompson walked over to Stallone and director George P. Cosmatos to discuss his character's motivations and his backstory, and suggested that the character would have some Polaroid pictures and personal files on the people he's killing. Stallone agreed and told Cosmatos to get him what he asked for. During the final confrontation, fight between Stallone and Thompson, Stallone accidentally hit Thompson in the jaw with the butt of the gun he was holding, which left him dazed and groggy. The stunt crew, led by Terry Leonard and Thompson's stunt double, huddled around Thompson to hide the fact that he had been really hurt. Thompson ended up with a bruise on his right cheek that hurt for several days. When Stallone was on set, he was in fact literally directing the film, with Cosmatos acting as an on-set director. Stallone literally mapped out and planned a lot of the shots, including the speech where Brian Thompson calls Cobra a pig. Stallone said to him, "For your close-up, I want you to drink as much water as you can so we can see your spit on camera," which we do. Cosmatos would just agree with Stallone on everything, and he wanted and stayed out of his way. When Stallone was not on set, Cosmatos acted like a tyrannical person to the cast and crew, which rubbed many people the wrong way, including Brian Thompson, who Cosmatos said to him, "If you listened to me, you would have had a better performance," which he didn't take too kindly. Thompson referred to him as a pale chain smoker. Alright, Thompson actually got injured during the final chase scene as his character is chasing Ingrid through the manhole leading to the sewers. Prior to the shooting of the scene, Thompson questioned both Cosmatos and the special effects person about the Bondo squib hits that had real charges that were supposed to go off when Stallone shoots at him in the scene. Thompson asked to hold the shot and asked, "What would happen if these charges go off?" In which the effects person told him, "It's not going to happen, you have the leather jacket." Thompson says, "What about the bottom of my chin?" However, Thompson states that Cosmatos wanted to do it in one take, and Thompson disputes that it could have been done in several takes, one involving him, then his stunt double. Cosmatos refused to listen to Thompson, and what Thompson had feared actually happened and left him with a bloody chin and neck. Thompson wishes he'd punched the guy in charge of the effects to this day. Going forward, he has personally imposed a rule in which he asks every special effects person working on his films if an effect could go wrong the way he's thinking, and if the effects person doesn't nod or say anything, he won't do it. The scenes where Thompson as the night slasher was chasing Brigitte Nielsen in the hospital, Thompson says that Brigitte was having a fun time doing those scenes, even though she was acting seriously. He also complimented her as being athletic. To get the glint reflection of the Night Stalker's specialized killing knife, the production had to build a 3-foot knife so they could actually get the reflection effect they wanted. Brian Thompson was quite surprised by it and said the knife was actually made of plastic and some reflective material to get that shot. Thompson and Stallone had not spoken to each other in over 20 years after the film was made until they recently met at a horse riding academy where Thompson's daughter was actually giving Stallone's daughter riding lessons. Marco Rodriguez, who would be cast as the supermarket killer, actually read for the Night Stalker, the part Brian Thompson would eventually play in the film. Cosmatos told Thompson that he was glowing about Marco Rodriguez's performance as the supermarket killer, saying to him that he was fucking great, and I hope you're like that too, which was said to inspire Thompson in his performance after the opening was filmed. Rodriguez, in the years following this film and working on other projects, has had the disease posted on his trailer, which he takes as a personal compliment, as his character has a cult following. Cosmatos would get upset to the point of explosion on set when he was not getting a particular performance. Rodriguez was one such victim when he was only doing what Cosmatos asked of him through his broken English. Rodriguez would counter that he was only doing what was asked of him. The final shooting script for the film was 103 pages. Sans rewrites, additional dialogue and material added. And hello to Lieutenant Giratina. Good to see you. Lee Garlington was cast in the film and actually had to go to the casting audition at 1:30 in the morning. She wanted to be in the film not for its artistic value, but because it was a big role, had a lot of money, and she wanted to play the villain. For her death scene, Garlington actually rehearsed with a stunt person for 45 minutes prior to shooting the scene with Stallone. When Stallone and his entourage showed up, she asked them if they could rehearse a scene a couple of times, since she was a big girl at the time, since she was quote unquote a big girl at the time, in which Stallone said, at which time Stallone, what? Is this English? All right, I'm just going to read it the way they write it. When Stallone and his entourage showed up, she asked him if they could rehearse the scene a couple of times since she was quote unquote a big girl. At the time in which Stallone was, quote, do your best. I think there are a couple of words left out there. Garlington would jump on Stallone twice, knocking him down both times. Looking a bit embarrassed with no reaction from the cast or crew. She does it a third time with Stallone staggering as he's on top of him. He breaks out into laughter along with the crew and decides to rehearse the scene with her. Oh, man. Garlington felt a little ostracized from the rest of the cast, and Stallone barely talked to her. However, when reshoots occurred about 2 weeks later, Stallone sat with her during lunch, and she felt much better and understood why he had been ignoring her. She said it was the greatest conversation she's ever had. The original ending was supposed to take place in Lake Piru in Ojai, California, where Cobra has a confrontation with Monty, in which he rips off his shirt and reveals a satanic tattoo on his chest, revealing that he was the leader of the New Order cult, which explains why the Night Stalker and Nancy, who was also an LAPD officer, had information on all of the victims and were one step ahead of Cobretti and his partner as to the whereabouts of Ingrid. Andrew Robinson talked to Stallone about the film's original ending before it was filmed and told him they'd killed so many people in the film it takes away from the moment. Stallone agreed with Robinson's take on it and suggested that he would just punch him out. And Robinson agreed to do it and saved him 3 hours of putting a tattoo on his chest, as the original ending stated he had. Released in Germany under the title, quote, Die City Cobra, to take advantage of the release of raw deals. Arnold Schwarzenegger that same year was released under the title Dirty High. Released in 1988, it sold 1,182 million tickets in Hungary, making it the second most watched release of the year behind latecomer They Call Me Trinity. In terms of admission, only 3 additional films have surpassed it since then. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Avatar, and Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. It also remains Sylvester Stallone's biggest hit in the market by a wide margin. David Rashi eventually went on to play Sledgehammer, as we said during the show, and Lee Garlington guest starred in an episode. In the movie Undefeatable in 1993, the killer has the same type of knife. Most of the film's murder victims and most of its villains are essentially nameless. Neither Cobra nor anyone else working on establishing the identities of the killed cultists in the New World. Despite the fact that some actors and crew members hated working with the director, stuntman Corey Eubanks praised Cosmatos for directing action sequences and car chases, comparing him to John Woo. The Night Slasher character is loosely based on serial killer Richard Ramirez. All right. There's a lot more. I'm just going to read through a few more of them and then call it. Stallone has called Marion Cobretti his third favorite character he's played following Rocky and Rambo.
Scrolls.
Just about.
Okay.
Art LaFleur did not audition for his role as Captain Sears and was instead offered the role by the director. It was featured on episode 49 of the comedy podcast How Did This Get Made? With guests Brian Posehn and Rhett Miller. All right. During the opening scene, when the supermarket killer shoots a shopping cart full of groceries, the narrow plunger that makes the cart jump off of the floor and into the air can be seen projecting from the bottom. This is a scaled down version of one of the techniques used by stunt teams to make cars flip during chase scenes. An explosive charge is used to drive a steel post in the engine compartment or trunk downwards into the street, causing the vehicle to roll over, flipping suddenly from side to side. The shopping cart was prepped with the same setup, but an explosive charge was used to drive a piece of a narrow steel rod downward, causing the entire basket with its cargo, which concealed the setup from view, upward and over to the side. Had the cart really been shot with a load of any commonly available shotgun round, small pellets of birdshot, larger pellets of buckshot, or a single rifled slug, the cart would simply have rolled away from the impact slightly, but the effect made the scene far more dramatic. All right. While the three video game adaptations of the film have very similar gameplay and levels, only the Amstrad version has the actual complete ending, with Ingrid and Cobretti leaving the Steelworks after the confrontation with the slasher. The C64 Spectrum versions just loop back to the first level after the Steelworks section has been completed. The Night Stalker fancies himself a soldier in a war, so he is dressing for what he sees as the part. Okay. There's a lot more, but I'm going to go ahead and end it there because we'd probably be here for another hour.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that is the trivia on IMDb Pro. Please feel free to check out the page they have on Cobra, and then head over and check out my page because I have a page there as well. All right, so that is it. The scrolls are
Yes.
closed.
And next week we will be back at the same time, same channels, with Mel Gibson's Apocalypto from 2005. And Sunday, we will also be here for Western Cinema Presents. Since it's slightly the day after Valentine's Day, we got a Western that's slash modern and kind of a romantic Western about a bull rider and rodeo gal. It's called the longest ride, starring Scott Eastwood and Britt Robertson and Alan Alda, Jack Hudson, and Ona Chaplin,
Hmm.
Lolita Davis, Marissa
Yes.
Bessette, and
Mm-hmm.
directed by George Tillman. It has a Rotten Tomato score of 31%, but an audience score
Oh,
of 71%. 71% is the popcorn-o-meter for Rotten Tomatoes. So,
yeah.
who knows? We'll see if it's good or bad.
Hmm.
I've never seen the films, so it will be a first watch for me. But I figured,
Um,
being a Western and kind of a day after Valentine's Day, why not? I was gonna do Man from Snowy River, but I'm saving that for Mother's Day of this year.
uh,
So that's what we got coming on Western cinema. We'll be back full time now. Now that the long NFL season has concluded. Uh, there will be some karaoke, Valentine's Day karaoke on Saturday night early at around 7:30 ish. Or do drop by if you like karaoke and you like tunes. That's what I have coming up. What do you have coming up? Deleted.
all right. Well, as for myself, later on tonight will be at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. Will be my program Coming Attractions. My chance to touch base with my loyal subscribers and my channel members. Let everybody know what I'm going to be up to for the next week. Up to and including my two appearances this week on Films with Friends. The first one being Friday night at 8, where Big Al presents, and and maybe a couple special guests. We'll see who has a chance to show up. Um, and we're going to be watching Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. And then, of course, Saturday night at 10 p.m. Saturday the 14th.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah. All right.
But I'll
Oh,
watch it early in the day because I'll be going early myself. So.
right. And then, of course, right after my appearance there is over, if Bill and the gang are still on over for karaoke, I'll join you for the rest of the show. And also on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, will be the 10 worst movies of 2025. And I am going to be joined by Wilkie's Movies in Music. And Sunday, also at that same time, uh, he'll be joining me for the 10 best of the year. So stay tuned for those broadcasts. And also Sunday night at 11 p.m., Reserved Seats, episode 29, back after a brief hiatus. Aged Boomer will be my guest for that program. So that's what I've got coming up over the next few days. Um, I do want to thank, and I'm sure Bill does as well, thank everybody who joined us here for the broadcast. And I know at least at one point we had over 150 people watching. So thank you. Um, and I also want to thank everybody who was on my end who stuck with me through the technical issues I had at the beginning of the show. which is why my version of this broadcast is going to be about 10 or 12 minutes shorter. But thank you, and we got that cleared up. So, and of course, thank you to everybody who is
Mm-hmm.
in the chat with us. Gambit, Tim, Connie, Bigaford Entertainment joined us. Sorry I didn't say hello to begin with. Tim was with us. Lady Mist. Daniel Barry's Sports Highlights. Thank you once again, Tim, for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate it. JP. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? Andrea Black. Yeah. All right. So yes, again, thank you to everyone who joined us either on Bill's channel or mine. And as I always say at the end of every broadcast from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy. And what do I usually say after that? I forgot my own catchphrase. Be safe and healthy because this is how we win.
And as I always say, always remember to be excellent to one another. Party on, and we will see you on the next one. Western Cinema returns this Sunday, The Longest Ride.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, stay tuned, stay safe, stay awesome, and we'll see you on the next one.
Join us next week for Mel Gibson's Apocalypto. And oh, very quickly before we go, after Coming Attractions is over, I'm going to be doing an unboxing. So stay tuned for that. Thank you. We need theme music.